I was. I'm just going by the timer I have. Thank you.
With each team presenting, I have to say, the competition only seems to be getting tougher. Our last contender for today is Team Peak Performers from Grade 6. Their project falls under the category Education and Learning, and this team has worked together to produce a unique solution for the problem disruption in education due to the COVID pandemic situation. And this team has been ably mentored by Miss Neha Verma, who is the manager, Business Management ICT. Over to the team to begin their pitch.
EduAll, an online app built to provide free online education to children in need anywhere in the world. We are educating masses, not classes. We are a five-member team who are dedicated to creating an app for all eager learners, especially children whose education was disrupted by COVID-19 and underprivileged children who are unable to afford quality education. Please open the link to our prototype. Now let me walk you through our prototype. As you can see, this is our home page that includes all the important links. For example, the online courses and the login option. Please open the login option. The user can log in via his or her Facebook or Google ID. Now please go to our online courses option. The courses section displays the three core subjects we plan to offer first, which are English, mathematics, and science. The contact us page is where the user can reach us at any time by simply filling this form. And in doing so, the chatbot is where the user can write in important queries, and the pre-programmed bot will deliver a relevant answer. Now we would like to go back to our PowerPoint. Why education is a basic human right and everyone should have access to it despite financial constraints. We are developing this education app because we believe that education is for all. Children have fresh and abstract ideas that are unbound by financial or social limitations. Our app has an edge as who knows children better than other children? The great minds of tomorrow in the long run are not adults. They are us children. We have been motivated by our dear friends who had to discontinue education and leave school to cut corners. This scenario impacted not only their mental health but ours as well. Now I would like to pass it on to my friend Salman, who will take it from here.
Prominent app features. We have certified teachers and volunteers, user-friendly interface, 5-minute eye breaks after each period, buddy system, time-based assignments along with answer keys, sneak peeks and progress of our app on social media, personal meetups with the teacher for child performance. Next slide, please. Benefits of our app. Free online education, easy to use interface with live chat facility, online assignments and pre-recorded lessons, peer-to-peer buddy system. We will crowdsource and any person can come up and write and insert their information and facts in a fun teaching way. And we will have a moderator to review the information. Over to Anushka.
Market study and research. We have gathered data from the internet and interviewed several parents across the globe who had to relocate due to COVID 19. Online interviews were conducted via Zoom. Let's look at the hard facts and global statistics. Firstly, 1.38 billion learners globally impacted due to COVID 19. Secondly, total 50% of low and moderate income groups lost their jobs, thus, their children were also impacted. Lastly, to summarize, significant portion of school-going population lost their school hours and opportunity to learn and study. Now let's talk about the interview conducted with Mr. Amar Ali, the store manager of IDO Group UAE. He had to leave his job because his company was facing debt. His child's mind frame was impacted negatively as she missed her dear friends and teachers, and she has lost complete interest in her studies. A similar interview has been conducted with Mr. Samuel Bertrand. Next. Our Sustainable Development Goals. We are working towards the United Nations' fourth Sustainable Development Goal of quality education, thereby drawing inspiration from Malala Yousafzai. We are also offering vocational training courses for ensuring the children are ready for the job market. Now, my friend Arham will continue from here.
We are implementing this app to help students through turmoil. They're in dire circumstances and cannot complete their education. Imagine this, the bright minds of tomorrow are silenced. Our estimated cost with a professional app designer, which is AAD 1250, social media advertising, which is by our own team, which is free. Cost of technology is AAD 679 and pen drives is AAD 198. Our estimated total cost will be 2127 per setup. What is our revenue generating plan for future? We plan to approach a CSR division of companies to sponsor our app. We plan to give them ad space on our app in exchange. The sponsor companies also can provide online teaching of vocational courses to prepare children for future jobs. All of this will be done with prior approval from school parents and the UAE government. We're going to start a project in the UAE, especially for children from the less privileged section of society. As we grow, we expand the initiative and go worldwide. Our future plans. We advertise a project and reach masses on social media in Instagram, hackathons, and influencer marketing. We create database of volunteer teacher students from around the globe. We allocate responsibilities for content creation and development. And we are the first education app for on-site and online learning, and we'll create a hybrid education model. Our competitor analysis. Now we're going to compare between Khan Academy, Byju's, and our app. A Khan Academy free app and website. They are pre-recorded videos and tutorials, and no doubt clarification and no peer-to-peer buddy system. While Byju's is paid app and it has videos and masterclasses. It has group doubt clarification, but it does not have no peer-to-peer buddy system. But we have a mix of all these stuff. We have free app and website, videos and personal meetups, personal doubt clarification via email and chat, and peer-to-peer buddy system. Now I'll give it to Uday to summarize his case.
We are working to bring out a positive difference in our peers' lives who have been negatively affected by the pandemic. Our app will be easy to use and user-friendly for all. We also hope that this will add to our community feeling where we help people in times of need. The acknowledgements. Our deepest regards and acknowledgements to Mrs. Neha, our enthusiastic mentor, Mr. Troy James, our guider and our supervisor, Mrs. Ritu Sharma, our super helpful assistant supervisor, and Chawla family for motivating and encouraging us. We are changing the trends of education because education is for all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What can I say after that presentation? That was simply amazing. Judges, we know you're going to have a tough time evaluating.
Before you go for the evaluation, I request the judges to please put forth your questions.
So, hi team, this is Judge Amit Kanchan. I have to say that continual education coming out from the students is very, very welcome. And I think you have a brilliant idea to take it forward. In your presentation, one of the key things that comes to when you impart education, what is the content and how will you generate that content for the education?
So first of all, our beginning plan is to first gather sponsors. Now, the sponsors will have a trade and give relationship where we will be advertising them, and instead they'll be giving us vocational training courses. Number one, for the job market, so that children are ready for their future jobs. And second hand, we will have teacher volunteers where we will again advertise the sponsors, and in return they will fund us, and that we will give for an hourly rate for freelance teachers.
Thank you. That was a good answer.
Adding on to Via's point, we are also going to have verified content should be coming from trusted sources. With those approval, we also include the information, but we will have our own way of teaching that information as we showed our statistics of how these children have been mentally impacted. So we will have a very unique way of teaching these children with the study materials, with our insights, the information, knowledge, etc. Thank you.
Thank you again. I am actually looking forward to guys to do a presentation in front of the Shark Tanks. I'm pretty sure you'll get some funders from there. Thank you again.
Very, very well presented. I must add to that. Just one question. You did a very good comparison with the big Indian online education giants like the Byju's and Khan Academy, but there was a mention about taking it global as well. So have you done looked into the ones which are available outside Indian market as well?
Yes, we have. So we would like to try to aim for UAE as well, as we have noticed that UAE is a melting pot of all cultures, and there are a lot of expatriates in the UAE. So we would and during the COVID times, multiple of them are actually losing their jobs, and when they lose their jobs, they are sent back to their homeland. So we have observed that, and we will go to the most prominent countries later on, of course. But for now, we're staying global.
Adding on to V's point, we will start off with the UAE as a testing stage. As we grow, as we expand, as we see our success and failures, we will plan to go abroad in function of how our initiative will be going, and we will be specifically also targeting those prominent countries. And we have done our research, and with the research we have done, we have built a very unique and a very good solution for the education as for all the problems you have stated in one solution.
Nice, very nice answer. One more question. You did mention about conducting interviews in different regions through the Zoom calls.
Yes,
so what was your data set? How many interviews were conducted?
At least 50. At least 50. We
50.
have lost the track, but we have written more than 3 interviews, but these 2 are for comparison.
Good. All right. Well done.
With the statistics and the interviews done, we have gathered this problem and made the most prominent solution which we could. So yeah.
And sir, to be totally honest, some of the interviews that we conducted, it didn't really match our requirements. Meaning that maybe they had a home and another set income in another country. So some of them we didn't put in.
Yeah.
We put in the interviews that were related to our topic.
Excellent. Yeah, I love it. Thank you.
Thank you, Veer. Thank you, judges. We now request the judges to head to the breakout room.
Here are the results for CBL 21-22, and it's been a long haul. But in second runner-up position, we're very proud to announce in the second runner-up position are the problem solvers of grade 7. Can we have a round of applause? The problem solvers of grade 7. In first runner-up position, and obviously once I say this, we're all going to know who the winner is, but in first runner-up position are the Planetary Crusaders of grade 8, boys and girls, which means grade 6 peak performers. Grade 6 are on a winning streak. They also won last year's CBL.
Absolutely.
And they have managed to pull that off again. We think it has something to do with supervisor. Really well done. Congratulations to grade 6 peak performers. Can we have your mentor? Is your mentor here, grade 6 peak performers?
Yes, ma'am. Neha, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
I'm here.
Ms. Neha, you're on the flight. I think you're going to have a lovely flight
Yes.
now going forward.
Absolutely, absolutely. I
We'll
cannot tell
touch
you.
base with you once you land wherever you're going. But thank you so much for assisting. Thank you so much for being with the children. They spoke so highly of you this morning when I spoke to them. So well done. Congratulations to everyone. I'll be remiss if I didn't acknowledge one group of people, and I'd like all of them to put their cameras on, please. All the middle school supervisors, assistant supervisors, academic coordinators, If you can please turn on your cameras. I know you're working in different rooms in your homes across the school, but really, this would not be possible without you. Boys and girls, can I ask you to turn your mics on and give a round of applause to the middle school team in particular? And that brings us to the end of CBL 21-22. We'll see you next year. Remember, ideas are the currencies of our time. Keep the ideas going, develop them further. We've got a long way to go. CBL does not end here. Have a wonderful evening, everyone.
Thank you so much for this lovely journey.
Thank you so much for this lovely journey, sir.
Boys and girls, you can just hold on. We'll let the adults
Thank
drop
you
out
so
of the
much.
call. Just hold
Thank
on.
you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Congratulations, guys. Congratulations.
These performers, thank you.
Congratulations.
You are my
Teachers.
proud. Thank you.
Teachers and
Thank
Thank you
mentors,
so much, Neha.
if you
for
can
this
just
support.
wait
Thank you
on
very
this
much.
call, we'll
Thank you
go
very much for
offline right now in the